Welcome everyone and welcome to All In, All United.
Remember the comment he made?
I got some varsity.
Run Ryan.
Ryan.
And everything. You have players out there.
I think the fellas will take it more serious.
What grade?
That one.
Yes, because at the end of the day, right now, Manchester United are
Welcome everybody and welcome to All In, All United. I'm here by myself tonight. I don't know where this squad going. All right, but feel free to support in the comment section. All right. We're here to review this game today. All right, and whenever the fellas jump in, we go include them, right? After 2 games, we have 1 point on the board. All right, 1 goal scored, and that goal is our own goal. All right, 2 goals conceded, and we're sitting in 16th. Now, I know men might want to fight, man, but you see this PTSD thing, it real, right? Too much of what I'm seeing reminded me of last season, right? And that is where I sit with this team right now. It's real concerning. I know a lot of people might say, it's only 2 games in, the fight up, the team are settled. But I watching a lot of other clubs, who may not have had the type of investment that we had. And they're not struggling as much as we're struggling. Right? And that is not a good place. And I just find as a club or as a fan base, we sitting and we getting so used to making excuses for where we are. And we're not accepting of the fact that, listen, we had to do better. Right? With the kind of investment. Why we had to wait until 5, 10, 11 games before we really start to, call things as we see it. Right? Now, again, there's not me jumping out myself and saying, throw out everything. But at the same time, I see in certain things that I'm not comfortable with. Right? And it's very, very concerning in terms of the way we play. And I think last pod, and I'm bringing in Chef. So Chef on the inside. Yeah, Chef, man.
Good night, man.
Yeah, and I know saying by Chef, I mean, things looking it's like things looking the same, boy, like last season. Right? Where we gain up for the big games, right? And then the teams that we're supposed to beat, we're not able to convincingly win these games. Right? It's always a struggle, it's always a fight. And these things, it's not comfortable. Right? It's the same mistakes I asking myself, what going with midfield? Why we can't finish chances? Why it is Cunha who scored 20 goals last season or 15 goals and Mbeumo who scored 20 goals last season? Why now they can't score a goal? And they play how much games Cunha play for we and he can't score a goal yet? How much games Mbeumo play for we and he can't score a goal yet?
And it's not like they're not getting chances, eh?
So, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I know some people might say again, as I say, it's too early. But how much games we really need, Chef? How much games we really need? Are you seeing Everton pong up our team today?
Everton.
Yeah, Everton. And we still talking about getting them time and all kind of thing. Let me just get some comments before we get into it, Chef.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man.
King Iva on the inside. Thanks for joining. Losing is a habit. All right. Thankfully, we didn't lose today, but sometimes these are the kind of results that feel like a loss. So I hear you. All right, Eric on the inside, good night, man. He's saying back to reality. And I remember last pod, we asked, we had a discussion, is this really that performance against Arsenal? Was it really a turning point? Or was it just, the normal where we go come up for a big game, as we've been doing in years past? Kerry, what going on? Bring back McTominay. I wanted to jump out and hit me 60 million for Ghana. That's what going on. You understand? King Ivor saying here, Bruno is not a midfielder, he's a 10. And we will get into this whole Bruno discussion because we had many discussions,
Definitely
during
going to get into
pre-season.
that whole Bruno thing.
Yeah, we had plenty of discussions about Bruno and the conundrum and where does Bruno fit in the team. We talk about that plenty. And it's not like we didn't foresee these issues. Anyway, so, Chef, my question, my open question, and guys in the comments, feel free to, venture your thoughts as well. Is there any concern, or is there a cause for concern after what you saw today, right? Because I say it's a PTSD thing for me, right? I seen too much similarities to what I saw last season. It reminded me too much of last season, but that's just my take.
No.
Is there cause for concern for you from what you saw today?
Have too much cause for concern. Still too. Then we don't have no midfield. Then why we have no is the defense bringing up the ball, bypassing it straight to the attack, where the attack barely gets in room to do anything. We have no midfield. I don't know what again, but then I not like to tell you. I know we had to get into that, but my manager had to show what he for done. I know he is club captain and you don't just pull a man, but if a man not having a good game, then pull him and let him catch himself for the next game. It's plenty for me. It's plenty. We still conceding these stupid goals. Still. It have plenty cause for concern for me. Of course, Ahmad looking so out of place. I don't know what to say with Ahmad. Ahmad just not looking good at all.
Nah, I hear you. Because, and I mean, all we asking for is consistency across the board from the manager in terms of, how you're making decisions, right? And if a player not performing, the natural thing to do is to make a change. And in making the change, and we go get into all this because it's a plenty to unpack, right? Over the last 2 games. If you're making the change, then that's supposed to be across the board. It shouldn't have any player that's immune to being substituted if they're not performing.
Agreed.
And to me, it's seeming as though Bruno Fernandes is untouchable, right? And that shouldn't be, because you have other players who waiting in the wings, who watching and seeing double standards. You understand? Now, there's not me throwing everything and saying, well, Bruno is the reason why we lost. But Simeon make a real good point today, Chef, right? The goal we conceded against Arsenal is Bruno who make a bad pass to Euro that caused the attacker to take it off his foot, and then the corner led to a goal, right? Today, Bruno missed a penalty. Then that goal that Fulham score, Smith Rowe was his mark.
Yep. Even though there was a mistake, is who Dallo lost the ball?
Dallo lost the ball. The next Portuguese. So I telling you, I waiting to see where this developing in terms of, because again, players ready on the bench and didn't get used, right? Now we'll get to let me talk about the starting lineup, right? Your thoughts on the starting lineup. But before that, let me just get some comments, because see, we have Phil in the comment section. He's saying sell Bruno to the Saudis now. All right, and Phil's supposed to join us very, very shortly. All right, Simeon on the inside as well. Good night to you. He say I ain't coming back till United score and score a real goal, not an own goal thing. All right. He said I want to run up and down when my team score a proper goal. We knew our weaknesses, so them fellas have to score. Yeah. So, Chef, when the team sheet came out, did you expect anything different from when you saw it? How you thought about the
Uh,
lineup?
Not really, but I would have liked to believe that when it comes to Casemiro continuing in the midfield, that okay, he was pretty decent first game. That it would have a bit of, let me say, rotation, but I didn't have a huge problem with the starting lineup, to be honest. It's the in game problem substitutions I had so much problems with.
Right, right. I mean, for me, again, I understand, and sometimes the reasoning, how to put it, Amorim just come up with these reasons for certain decisions, and I know if you want to set a certain standard in terms of players retaining the place in the starting lineup because of performance, then say that. But don't come and BS we as though he's fools, right? Because
Yeah.
everybody expecting Sesko to come back into the team, right? Sesko training with the team for 2 weeks now. He was training with Leipzig before, right? We want to see the new striker in the team gelling with the players,
Yeah.
right? Because and then you come back and you start with Mount, and then you're telling us that Sesko ain't ready. But I watching other clubs taking
Everybody
time
else,
and
everybody
integrating the
else,
players.
everybody else who buy the strikers don't start to score. I don't even know if we I don't know if we even know how to play with a striker.
Well, there's
Because
it.
I watch it even when Sesko did come on. How much touches did he get? How
Not
much
much.
chances was created for him? So
Jack Grealish.
how you want a man integrate into a team if you're not going to play him?
And then when you do bring him on, you're not playing to his strengths,
No.
right? I watched Jack Grealish. Jack Grealish barely had any kind of preseason. You understand? He gone Everton. First game to play, bam, he come off the bench. Second game to play, bam, he
I
starts.
understand.
2 assists. 2 assists.
You understand?
But we waiting for Sesko to turn into a Power Ranger or something. What going on?
And play to a man's strength. When I saw Sesko coming on, and I saw who he was coming on with what Dallo. I was
Yeah.
like, okay, cool. So you're bringing him one same time with men who's supposed to be able to cross the ball into him. Then what crosses the man get, but what balls into scoring opportunities the man gets? And as much as, and this is something I've been crying out for years when it comes to Manchester. Yes, we want to kill the forwards we've had, because the forwards we've had have not been consistent, but have they been consistently getting supply? Everybody else wants to score.
Yeah, and very soon, as we know, strikers, their currency is goals. Very soon,
Yeah,
Sesko will start to snatch at things.
yeah.
He go rush decisions. He wouldn't take
'Cause
his time. The
yeah,
composure go escape him. You understand all these different things because you're hurry for it, and I've seen it happen with Cunha now. You
yeah.
understand where Cunha, a player who not under pressure to score, will take your time, will be more composed before you make these certain shots or certain decisions. You won't force things. And very soon with Sesko, you will see him if we don't supply him properly. You understand? Because you say, and I agree with you, you make a good point. When Sesko came in, we brought in Dallo, and the belief was that Dallo would be the one to whip the crosses in for him. Dallo get 2 ball, and one cross was poor, and the other one, what he do? I can't remember what he do, but that ball never even reaching the box. So you had these players just out there grafting. Phil, what you seen, buddy? Thanks for coming in, man.
Was the scene? I'm doing okay. I think the main question we was asking on the last part is, and you probably touched on it already with regards to this team is going to get up and play well versus Arsenal, but are they going to play well against the teams that are not considered to be in the top 6 or top 7, whatever, right? And lo and behold, we got our answer today. So yeah, but everything good for now, man. I join. I won't let you do it by yourself. So
Yeah. Now, well, I know the brother's always there, you know. But a question I asked Chef, and I want to pose it to you, Phil. Is there any cause for concern after what you saw today?
I would say yes and no. Yes, because I think the midfield, as everybody has been amplifying over and over again, is one of our main problems right now. I say no because I want to see at least a front three of Sesko, Cunha, and Mbeumo, right? It will take them a little bit of time to gel, but in order for them three to gel, you got to fix the midfield first. You have to. It doesn't make sense that our only creative chance today was from Bayern there. Think about it. So I am a bit worried about the midfield, but I don't want it to be a point where Sesko and Mbeumo and Cunha getting so frustrated that they themselves got to either drop back too deep for the football, or they're going to try and do this hero antics where they take the ball and look to take on defenders by themselves and what's not, right? So a little bit concerned, I would say right now is about 30% concerned, 70% not concerned. But that those numbers could easily shift within the next couple of games because, as you mentioned earlier, you don't need the 7 or 8 games to figure out if a team going to be challenging or playing good football, you know.
No.
Sometimes you just need 1 to 3 games. That's all you need. And right now, Arsenal game, you look good. Had us excited. Had us posting things about, oh, we got to wait another week to see Mbeumo and Cunha together and what's not. No, I am dreading Wednesday, my guy. I am dreading Wednesday. But right now, I don't know how what team is going to show up. After the Arsenal game, we lost, but we saw that there were some positives, right? And lo and behold, back to life, back to reality. So, anyway.
Wednesday was what, League Cup?
Yeah, Carabao, we playing some Grimsby Town team.
Grimsby Town, yeah.
Yeah. It had this I don't know if you all saw it. It had this fella who say he not going to cut his hair.
Yep, United Strand.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Until Man United win 5 games
5 in a row.
bounce.
Yeah.
And if you see how big that man afro. Oh my god. Hey, here look at that now, boy. Simeon saying here, I've said this with Ten Hag, and now I'm among plays because strikers in the system have to press hard. That is why Rasmus was sweating. Sesko ain't ready to press hard. All right. Kerry saying here 1 point better than none. Mid-table, here we come. All right, buddy. Peter on the inside, good night to you, man. Blessed night. Thanks for joining. All right. So, guys, again, the game started real positive, and this is not something new to us. You know, we some games we start slow, but some games we start, real positive, and we don't capitalize on the chances that we create, the opportunities that we just dig out, and then we find ourselves not being able to maintain that level of intensity, that level of performance, that level of output, and then we just fall back and allow teams to grow in the game because they know we're easy to score on, right? And all that to do is hold off that wave, and then we will be a very, very easy team to play against. And we have not been capitalizing on the moment when we're on top. And I have a serious issue with that because we can't seem to maintain a certain level of consistency for a long period of time. So you'll get a good 20 minutes, and then after that, we're going to sit back, and teams just going to be dominating. We are joking the ball all over we, right? And then we're going to be playing where you call that counter-attacking football. Chef mentioned earlier, with the midfield, because everything going from the back straight over the top for Mbumo, for Cunha, for Mount, whether it's Sesko, whoever, to be running down. It's a set of cardio, one set of grafting them fellas be doing. When you walk Cunha and Mbumo on the ball, facing up defenders and looking for passing 1-2s and that kind of movement, and again, that because why? We have no midfield to dictate and to control the football. And we've seen this thing week in, week out. And it's very, very frustrating, fellas. I tell you, I can't believe that we're making Mbumo a meme, them fellas, and them doing all kind of things to Mbumo, and it is hurting because of them fellas good. Them fellas is not no 2-2 players earlier. And we making them fellas look so average. Anyway, go through thoughts on the games, fellas.
Boy, as you mentioned, first 5 to 10 minutes we looked good, and you get excited and you ask yourself what does Cunha have to do to score, but you tell yourself that the goal will eventually come, right? Lo and behold, we get a penalty, and I must address the attitude of Bruno Fernandes when it came to the whole pre and post penalty, because obviously the referee nudged him, and instead of you focusing on trying to put your team 1-0 up, you're asking the referee for an apology. Why? Why are you focusing? The referee nudged you. So what? So what? You want to say, Chef? Sorry?
No, I was like, what is wrong with you? Just calm your ass down and kick the penalty. That didn't make the penalty look like if you miss it for spite, you know.
Exactly. It's almost like, okay, well, you say you apologize to me, I'm gonna miss this. And this hurting us, you know. And I try to tell myself, like, you're a grown ass man. You're a professional football player.
And you can't be so petulant, boy.
Man, I can't for the life of me trying to figure out, like, what if this guy does not get his way, then what? So what? Right? But yeah, past
but Phil, as you're on that, let me just because it was almost as though you're blaming the referee here. You say as every penalty taker, you have your routines. You have your own things that you do. It upset me because the referee didn't apologize. And that's what triggered me in the moment. But that's not the excuse. So you say you're giving an excuse, but it's not the excuse.
That'll make sense. You get triggered because the referee did not apologize to you, and you went and sky it into the savannah.
Like your ego more important than the team.
And you want to know the worst part? That is a droppable. That's droppable. You know.
Yes.
Any other team would drop Bruno Fernandes for that, but watch and see. This guy could be playing on the weekend again. Watch and see.
I agree with you that the mistake to get dropped for us, because I was like, bro, you can't be doing as the captain. And you know what? And I think most of us know that, bro, if we could really start to score on these teams and them will start to open up, you know, and the game will get easier, you know. But the fact that we're not scoring is what killing me, you know. These teams always feel in the game because we're not putting away. But I was real disappointed with Cunha finishing today, Jed. Bruno aside, Cunha get me real mad to that. Because let me be real, them is chances Cunha scoring for the last few seasons blindfolded.
And Cunha Wolves would have scored them on us. That's
for sure.
He would have scored upon us, pass or Nana or whoever in goal. I was not too upset with Cunha because Cunha looked like he was up for the game today, right? But here's the thing, right? We have when are we going to go from a team where we have instead of having moments, we actually play as a team from minute 1 to minute 87, minute 90. Because I've seen over the last couple of days, even last season, where social media accounts just clip like this 2-minute clip of us playing well, and you just repeat it and repeat it and repeat it. But then, like, if you're finding 2 minutes of a specific 90 minutes that we played like Amarim ball, that's not going to get me hyped. It's not. What if I want us to come to a point where we watch the entire game and nothing has to be clipped, nothing. But at the end of the day, you gotta ask questions of Ruben Amorim's substitutions as well too, right? Because his substitutions, in my opinion, you kind of foresee them. Like your substitutions are so predictable, right? In my opinion, Ahmad was not having the best game.
That I was having a terrible game.
But here's the thing, Chef. Why is the agenda for one but not other players on the pitch? Why? Yeah.
I honestly, when it came to the substitutions, I was like, I know he's not gonna do it, but boy, he could take off Bruno for me and bring on Devon Mount, put Bruno Mount in Bruno position and bring on Mino, yes. Because
So-
right now Gatti and all looking like
So I before you, Larry, give me 20 seconds. I asked another WhatsApp group today if Kobe Manu going to get any play this season, and they say, yeah, give it time, Phil, give it time. And then I posted, so the same thing you send me, I send these men where Ruben Amorim said that Kobe Manu is competing with who? Bruno Fernandes. So I post that to the group. I tell these men, let me come back to this post in the middle of October and tell me if Kobe Manu gets any starts from now to the middle of October. And I nobody won't answer.
Yeah, but I just want to go back on one thing that you all mentioned, and it's something I posted, and I will just share it here, right? And this is what was so predictable and was so upsetting, right? What these subs Amorim make, and this is where I want my manager to be a little more flexible, right? There's the substitutions Amorim make in the last 2 games, and people go say, "Oh God, it's early doors." No, right? Dallo start, Ahmad come on. Casemiro start, Ugarte come on. Mount start, Sesko come on. Shaw start, Maguire come on. And you had Menu and Zirks on the bench for the Arsenal game. Didn't play. Today, Ahmad start, Dallo came on. Casemiro start, Ugarte came on. Mount start, Sesko came on. Shaw start, Maguire came on. The exact same subs, fellas. The exact same subs. And the only addition was Heaven and Euro. And let me tell you what upsetting about a Heaven and Euro sub. Right? You want to win a game, fellas. You want to win a game. And you bring on 2 defenders. You telling me you so hell-bent on your system and this structure that there's no flexibility where you could say, well, hey, here we're gonna switch to our back 4 because I need an extra attacker. You had Kobe,
it's that simple.
you had Xerxes, right? And just now, Chef, let me just say this last thing here. Sesko came on, and Sesko, nothing was getting up there for Sesko. You
Nothing.
wanted to settle the ball a little bit. Well, bring in a ball player now. You have Kobe who good with ball retention. You have Xerxes who good with ball retention. But yet, you bring on 2 defenders so you could swing the ball in the box and win a header.
That is me tactics.
And
Second game of the season.
you can hear me, right?
Yeah.
You know what I given? That given Scott McTominay Eric Ten Hag vibes. You know what? Eric Ten Hag was losing a game. He used to bring on Scott McTominay to see if he can make a changer. He do this. I'm running Harry Maguire now. Harry Maguire, they say, play as a striker in the Arsenal game, and when Harry Maguire came on today, he almost scored. That just don't make no sense whatsoever. Because as you mentioned, Xerxes and Manu on the bench. Manu was a game changer for us last season. There's a guy that I can't fathom how this guy went from scoring in FA Cup finals and playing almost every week against big teams, and now he's on the bench. I just can't
Every
fathom it.
year.
As I mentioned, if that guy compete with Bruno, you can also look for another club, and not because of your skill set. It's because the manager refuses to put Bruno on the bench. But people telling me he's going to start versus Grimsby, so let's see.
You know, let me just throw our next damning comment in the mix here, right? After the game, they were interviewing Alex Iwobi. And here we had to say, he said we knew that we would be able to get behind their two midfielders and that their centre-backs would want to jump. We exploited that today. And we saw that from the time they became comfortable in the game and they weathered the storm and we didn't capitalize on that moment when we were on top. They were just doing this and they were getting in behind Bruno and Casemiro.
Easy.
And Amubi, he had a game today. You know, he was just, all he was doing was running straight down the center every time, you know. Unchecked, you know.
But it's so sad that teams able to figure us out. And again, the point I was making earlier, we have no in-game adjustment apart from personnel changes. You understand? So look at how easy they saw what to do to get at us. And all the manager doing is changing personnel. And the personnel he changes not even good, eh? Where I want to see my manager make some tactical tweaks to the formation, to the system, to the style, to something. Amorim just and the thing and what annoying about the whole thing, fellas, is that he not old man that you know you're stuck in your ways. The man young boy, flexible boy.
I think the man's 40, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just the other day, he was still playing football.
Just get some comments there, fellas. Mylon on the inside, good night, man. Thanks for joining. All right. Peter saying here, I certainly believe that United play the teams by their names, the big six, etc. The team plays with more effort and purpose compared to others. All right. Simeon saying here, Karim waiting for Mino. I looking for Xerxes. All right, still waiting. Bruno play whole game. And only Bruno play whole game since preseason. Bruno playing whole game. Peter saying here, I don't want to admit this, but Bruno doesn't fit this team. Either play him in a 10 or don't play him at all. Bruno to me is not focused because he is not the talisman anymore. All right. Eric saying here 9 months in the job and we still haven't won back-to-back games, 28 points in 29 matches. What club keeps such a manager? That's a damning stat. That is a damning stat.
I tell him up to today, if Ruben Amorim keeps up with this here, the man could be gone by Halloween, you know. I used to say Christmas, but Christmas is in December.
No,
my man.
If Manchester don't put together some wins, by the end of September, October, he gone.
Halloween, market, Halloween, that man could be gone.
And then we start all over again. Because, Jared, let me be real, and I think we all can admit to this. Yeah, we know we side is shitter, but then I want to believe aside what had them kind of players could be so terrible all the time, so much.
You trying to tell me that we can't make Cunha and Mbeumo work, two Premier League players?
No, boy. No.
I'm telling you, Mbeumo used to begin teams problems.
Pain.
Yo, but you want to hear something? I watched the Spurs versus Man City game. You see Kudus? Absolute baller.
Kudus looking rejuvenated, you know.
Kudus, what I like about Kudus is that Could you say care who he running against? You know,
Nah, he running at you.
he can run against Sergio Ramos. He run that he's gonna run at you. He don't care. The man shielding off city players. Give me this ball. You ain't getting this ball from me. Spreading play. The man just don't care. And the man, you know the best part? The man keeping the football simple.
Yeah.
Keeping the football simple. My gosh, boy.
I would say then that for me, so far, with the absence of scoring, and I know that is what we bring them for. Embuemo and Cunha, you could see is an upgrade on what we had. They just need to put it, but we need the goals, boy. We need the goals. We don't have the luxury of waiting, because that was my point about signing them. We want Premiership ready players. We don't have time. We don't have time.
But you see, the next thing to it, Chef, is we had to be gaining them fellas a constant supply. You understand? We had to be constantly supplying them fellas with,
and not the same kind of supply.
Not the same kind of supply.
Not the punting a ball down thing done. They have a Manchester United has a play under Amarin that is so ultra predictable. We get the ball, opposition try to close off. We hit the ball to the wing back. The wing back get it. The opposition try to close him down, and at the last minute, he swings it to the center of the field. Opposition try to close down that, and at the very last minute, they let go a pass. Most times, our midfielder is going to receive the ball with his back to the opposition field. So he's receiving the ball, and it is expected that what he's going to do is try to swing it either right or left to the unrushing number 10s and them. Bro, it is the same play every single. That's the only play we have, you know. It's the only play we have. So if I, being a coach, could see this, who is them fellas and them who is multi-millionaires and have a whole team breaking down every single play that our next team doing, boy.
And also they got this one ball over the top that Casemiro thinks he can do all the time.
Killing men, boy. That's
pass with Casemiro, the man won't hit it one time. And the man killing players, boy.
It's like we can't seem to be played. We can't seem to move the ball on the floor through the middle and progress the football as a unit. We can't do that. It always had to be from the centre back, as Chef said, to the wing back going back, or you go across the face of the goal, across the face of the back line. Then we're going to try on the left-hand side. And that is how we're looking. Nothing enterprising through the middle of the park. And these things are frustrating for a professional football team with top-class players.
As Phil now point about Casemiro. Bro, I didn't even mind if you're trying it, you know. But you're trying it and not pulling it off, boy.
All the time.
All the time, so?
All the time. Let me just continue to get some of the comments, fellas, right?
Don't let me talk about Bayern there with corners and set pieces too.
Jesus.
Listen.
He
could have get punished so much time today. The lid pull off a big city block. The lid pull off.
Yeah.
And Euro.
Yeah, and Euro.
That was that next thing that get me so mad, you know. You pull off Euro. Euro was having a man of the match performance, you know. You pull off Euro. For what?
I tell you, the way we talking, right? Men go swear we done 3/4 of the season, but how I see it is since last season I watching this nonsense. I didn't see nothing change.
That is what I was telling somebody that today. This is what's going on with the players. I think this personally for me, this is what's going on with the players and the fans and everybody on edge that because last
PTSD,
season was
PTSD.
Huh?
I said that earlier, PTSD.
Dan, last season was so poor that and Amarin talk about it today, you know, that men just want to win. So like in the haste to win, men getting frustrated faster. But bro, use the manager. You have to lead too.
Yeah, get your comments in, Reem, man. We got more
Yeah,
to talk
yeah.
about.
Peter saying here, I don't understand. Also, you have a 75 plus $1 million striker. Play him from the start and get him involved. Mount can be fit. Mount can be fit in. Mount can fit in Bruno role now. All right.
Yeah.
Kiel on the inside. Good night, man. Thanks for joining. Saying Reem, going back to what you said a couple weeks ago, Bruno is a downfall and needs to be dropped. Good night, man. Thanks for joining. Yeah, listen, I'm telling you, I saw that problem. We see it. We talk about that over and over. Bruno conundrum. But managers, I don't know. Eric saying here, Bayande is dreadful at corners. Every corner is like, listen.
Dan, I don't know about all you, but from the time our team get a corner on us, I just get my heart to start to beat faster one time.
We gonna concede. That's what I thinking. We gonna concede. All right. Bayande flapping and looking like he a fish out of water, headless chicken, as Eric said. Crazy. Listen, all here, this is chaos. Peter saying here, Reem, good statement. We have 2 30-year-old midfielders, no legs, no productivity, and really disheartening to see simple decisions that costing us. And you know, it's our next simple decision that costing me, Peter. We turned down $100 million for one of them 30-year-olds, right? When we can have throw that $100 million in the team and get some quality reinforcements. Then when we have Bruno and Bruno ain't playing good, we watch the bench. You've seen Ugarte because the manager ain't want to play Kobe. All right. And yeah, Bruno, the liability. Simeon saying teams watch film too. That is why press so important to this team because we have no midfield. I'm losing me. You can't trash certain players and then leave rubbish on the field. And this is it, right? Ahmad wasn't his best game. But look how quick you take him off. Look how quick. He ain't budged. That was warming up already.
54
seconds.
You understand what I'm saying? That was warming up. But Bruno stinking out the joint. And nobody there come on for Bruno. What going on?
I would hate for us to be on this podcast come October, man, and we talking the exact same thing. But I would hate.
Or talk about a new manager.
I am so fucking frustrated. Excuse my language. You know the definition of insanity?
Manchester United.
Anybody in the comment section, you know the definition that Einstein gave insanity, or whoever gave the definition of insanity is trying the same thing over and over and over and over again, expecting a different result.
Yeah, the thing about that, I'm gonna get it. Amarin, fortunate that he still have there's still I want to say a thread of support for him still with his supporters, but Dan, it's starting to become wary on us now.
Well, it was a rope thread, and it was a rope chef, and now it's a thread.
Dan, and the thing about it is, I consider myself patient. All I said, I don't expect us to win every game. I just want to see better football. That is all. And I should add to that, and done a manager who could manage at times, dog.
Yeah, and the thing about it with the better football, we just want to see that we get dominated by smaller teams. You know, we playing comprehensive football. We creating chances. You know, we scoring some of them. But 2 games in, we bring in 40 goals in the team, and we only score 1 goal, and that 1 goal is our own goal.
And that one goal is from a defender, not even from one of the attackers.
We buy, right, 40 plus goals, and 2 games in, and we have scored a goal yet?
Close to 200 million in striking, attacking power. Good, but no, Jesus.
I wanna not y'all, man, but whoever watching this podcast, I can repeat it again. If Amaran keeps up the same shit, he gonna make Halloween. You man gone by Halloween. Watch and see.
Let me just get these two comments quick, fellas. Simeon saying here, how men going to be calm when Bruno is the captain? Yeah, Bruno petulant, so
Well,
let's do the following.
you got to find them men.
All right. Myron saying here, by Lina, I don't know if there's a thing or right, needs to eat more and start gymming because he needs more strength. Right? I don't know. I really don't know.
Well, we supposed to be getting a keeper from Royal Antwerp, so we can see, man.
Now I want to ask this question, fellas, and Phil, you did kind of mention it earlier, right? Because after Mino didn't feature in the first game against Arsenal, questions started to raise, and the manager get asked, and he defended his decision. Mino was young. We play Mino too much in the past. We put too much pressure on them to perform. Yada yada yada. All right. Today again, Mino didn't feature. Of course, the manager will be asked about it, and this is what he had to say. He said, and Phil, you mentioned it earlier. He said, in training, he's fighting for his position with Bruno. All right. Now, my question to Ole is this, and comment section, Ole jump in as well. If this is the case, let me be real. Is this a fair fight? Is this a fair fight for Kobe Mino?
He's trying to tell me, so he trying to basically tell me, do you think we don't get to sweat for the season now?
Miss Amram missed me with that bullshit, man. Talking about he's fighting for a place with Bruno. So we on the podcast can see that you, Amram, do not have the balls to bring off Bruno Fernandes. So you're basically masking. You're basically sugarcoating, saying that Kobe Minu ain't going to get any starts this season unless Bruno Fernandes is injured or suspended. That's what we. Why does coaches think that we are so foolish?
Because we just on coach.
But you swear that Ruben Amorim, you come to Manchester United, we have been supported Manchester United for at least, I would say, amongst us, 20 years plus. 20 years plus, maybe, yeah. Even more.
More than that.
Yeah. What you really think that we're gonna really accept the whole he's training for a fight for fighting his position with Bruno Fernandes? Man, you could even mention Mason Mount or whoever, right? 8 more days in the window. If we should not be surprised if Kobe Minu wants to hand in a transfer request or he's looking to go on loan, and that would be the biggest waste of talent and another talent at Manchester United wasted. So, to answer your question, Reem, again, this kind of mask is over. That Kobe Mino will not be seeing that much play once Bruno Fernandes is fit because Ruben Amorim does not have the cojones to sit Bruno down, right? So yeah, man.
Yeah, Chef.
And you know me, I just ride with you, but Amorim has been very, very, very unsatisfactory. Is not even the word, not unconvincing. But the board back in your dread. But you can't be so, boy. I can't understand how these men and them just want to have this loyalty to players that, bro, if you lost your work tomorrow, them players still had a work, So you willing to go down, you willing to put your whole career.
When I look at Man City over the last couple of years, I realize that Pep didn't have any loyalty to any of his star players.
Why Pep don't care?
Even De Bruyne started to get dropped. Look, Bernardo Silva didn't play.
De Bruyne get dropped. Erling Haaland had injury and then had to wait had to wait even when he was fit. And has City fans asking where's Haaland. He had to wait, bruv. Jack Grealish gone to Everton. Phil Foden, boy, he was getting no play last season, right? So yeah,
What play he getting this season?
I think he played one game or something.
He come on as a sub versus Spurs just now. So
He and all on borrowed time right now in that City midfield.
they got a bunch of English players, you know for sure, in making it to World Cup or Euros.
Yeah.
You know. So
But you know something real interesting. A very interesting thought. I don't know how many of you all remember during preseason, they were talking about and forming a new leadership group within the player circle. And I think those players would have been Bruno, Casemiro, Martinez, Dalot, and I think the fifth one was Cunha. Comments or they could correct me. But I know they formed a player leadership group, right? And they are the ones, to set the little standard for league training and all them different little things. And I'm wondering, because of the 5 names I called earlier, and I mean, I'm willing to let ease Cunha from the point I'm making. But it's almost as though, because these fellas would be Amorim's voice in the players' lounge, if he feels as though he had to keep them fellas happy, right? Because check it, chef. Every single name I call there play against Arsenal, and they play today.
well, obviously Martinez.
Well, bar Martinez, because he injured, right? But look, check it. Even if they didn't start, they came on for sure. Every one of them. Dalot, you didn't need to bring on Dalot today. Amad wasn't that bad, right? Did you need to bring on Maguire?
And was bringing on Dalot any improvement?
No, he cost we. He and Bruno cost we, right? Did you need to bring on Maguire today? So I don't know if Amorim finding himself in a place where he kind of had to keep he leadership group on side. That is why them fellas had to be playing to keep them happy, and the other players suffering. You understand what I'm saying? So I observing certain things that Amorim did, and he might be digging himself in a hole. And just on this comment that Amorim make here, from the tour in the United States, Bruno has played every game since that first game till today. Bruno has started and played every game full 90. So you telling me Kobe going up against that? I don't see where your head is. Kobe and how much minutes to get? Because he see Ugarte and Casemiro as the competition for one of the 6th role, and he see Bruno and Meno as competition for the 8th. Bruno is your captain. Bruno is Portuguese. Bruno don't get injured. You like Bruno. So how Kobe gonna get minutes earlier? So were you telling Kobe in other words? What you telling Kobe in other words?
A young player who trying to make World Cup.
But Amorim couldn't miss me with this nonsense, because you play for about 10 minutes today, you play 2 8s, you play Mount and you play Bruno. But you telling me you can't fit Kobe in that team? Matter of fact, any formation that can't fit Kobe, change our formation.
Correct.
Right?
Correct.
We just got some comments here real quick, fellas. Kerry saying here, I remember when a certain group of people was talking about Chelsea spending 200 mil. Right? How much are they spend now? Right? Because sure now, or they must spend $1 billion. Right?
Run me my 50 million for Garnacho, I'll S out, man.
Simeon saying here, Fulham bring in one outfield player in the transfer market yet running away. Yeah, they run away. the frustration Bruno playing with, as he knows he is struggling, I think he'll get sent off in the near future. And that happened last season, two
Yeah.
times in in Europe and in the Prem.
One versus Tottenham, and the other one was versus somebody else in the Champions League. Yeah,
It was Champions League or Europa.
Europa.
Yeah. Maswari is the fifth, so Maswari in that as well. Yes, so I know Maguire, Bruno, Maguire, Bruno, Dallo,
So Maguire,
Martinez,
Maswari,
and
Bruno.
Maswari.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah. So that the five. So I don't know what.
Martin Jetta.
Yeah, Maswari injured.
Yeah, boy.
So earlier I telling you, Amorim, I don't know what's going on. I do not know what this would mean for Kobe. Because if that is what you're telling us, then when will Kobe feature? Is it that you're waiting for a new midfield signing that might suit Kobe more before you bring Kobe into the fray? Or is it that you just don't rate Kobe at all? This had to make sense to me because it have no way you could have that kind of talent in your team and your team losing or you're not winning. Let me put it like this: you're not winning,
We're not winning though, and
and
this
you
is
refuse.
and this is the thing that's kill young players' spirit though.
Let's see the video clip with Xerxes and Menu on the field after the game.
Nah.
Yeah.
Them fellas look real despondent by them. Two of them, they just stand up there. Because I think when they do play, they just have them going through some paces after the game now. But it's like they were just there, waiting, and then they get called in the dressing room and they went off the field. But it's how they were.
What paces you got to be going through if I ain't getting a play after the game? What am I?
No, yeah, they just had them doing lap something after the game. If once they don't play.
What reason?
Yeah.
Serious?
Yeah. After the game, the players who didn't play, they started to do laps on the field.
Why?
Why?
I don't know.
Nah, that sounds like a bunch of BS.
I never heard that one. What do you
Yeah, that would have happened. But it looked like Amorim was so pissed that he called everybody inside, and them fellas and them end up getting called in, and they didn't do it from what
Amorim, you digging your own grave, my guy.
Yep.
Ole dig his grave, Ten Hag dig his grave, and now Amorim, you could dig your grave as well too, my guy. So come Halloween, all we could be either wearing all orange or all black for you, my guy.
I really interested to see what team gonna start against Burnley, right?
Burnley's away.
No, Burnley's home. But let me put this one to you guys. All you think, seeing that the team need goals, we need a little boost. You feel he will change the team against Grimsby?
Well, he has to.
Sesko will start.
Sesko and Manu better start. Sesko and Manu better start. I would give Euro a little rest, play Heaven, and he'll possibly start Manu and Ugarte in that game.
And I start Maguire too.
Maguire as well too. The only reason I would start Mbeumo is because he didn't have a good game today, so I think the game versus Grimsby might be a chance for him to get back up his confidence, right? But other than that, please rest Bruno. Please, I beg you.
So all of those think that Amorim might see Grimsby as a game to give his foot. Because remember, again, fellas, is one game a week. Them fellas are accustomed playing one game every 3 days, right? So these fellas will be, eager to want to make amends for this miss today, right? So they're gonna be on the manager door, hoping that the name on the starting lineup to get some stats against. And then too, as a manager, I just thinking out loud earlier, as a manager, you go really want your first team players, your starters, to be confident, because the misfiring right now, we ain't getting goals, you know. So, do you think it's better for the team and for those players to get the start against Grimsby, right? So that they might be able to build some confidence. Now, next thing you hear, Grimsby come and beat you, but I just saying, you know, they how much tiers lower than us.
No matter if Grimsby beats her first, then you don't call me on the pod for
But the point I'm making as a manager, right? Your team will shot for confidence. Your attacker's not scoring, right? Do you think he will go into that game with Sesko, Cunha, and Mbeumo as a front three? He
I
will
find it
play,
make complete sense to do that.
yeah,
Go with
yeah.
your front because listen, it don't have a host of games to play that you could give them little confident boosters. So you telling me a $200 million front three cargo against Brimsby and Brimsby, whoever the hell the name is,
Grimsby.
and not be them bad boy. That is not the changes we need to bring. To start the tree, give Sesko his first start and give Kobe and rest Bruno Fernandez also and start Kobe and Ugarte in the center.
all right. Now let me ask a different question. Or let me ask a follow-up question, I should say. Let me say we start Cunha, Sesko, and Mbeumo. And these fellas do the dog on Grimsby. 5-0. I call it 5-0. Do you think Ruben Amorim going to start that same front three versus Burnley?
Why not?
Yeah.
But that's why I asked it, Chef. I asked it that because I don't think Ruben Amorim going to do that. He can start by Mount Watch and see.
Nah, no. Listen. If for me, this is just my take. Amorim need them fellas and them as a striker, right? That pressure of not scoring just be on your shoulder.
Correct.
You need to get our first goal off.
Correct.
No matter the opposition. It had to be a competitive game. Right? Because all through preseason, Cunha import and Mbeumo import. And Sesko really had a fair shot at goal since he here. So what I'm saying is we need to get them fellas because those are the fellas that can be leading the line for the important games. All right? As much as I go want to see Azurksi start, as much as I go want to see a Kobe start, I'm just being realistic in terms of who are the preferred players for the manager at the moment. And I think it might be helpful, right, to start your strong team against this Grimsby team. You know, so because you want these fellas confident and wins this bring that, goals this bring that. And I mean, there's just how I see it. I hear what you say, Phil, but
But
it's just how I see it.
who you gonna start then? You gonna go with the same Cunha up top and Mason Mount and Mbeumo on the left and right?
No, I go with Mbeumo, Sesko, and Cunha.
And
That's why I go on top.
And midfield will be Menu and Ugarte.
My midfield could be I mean, I'm not going with my preferred 11. I'm going with what I think would make sense for the manager if he choose to go full strength to build some confidence in the team. Because right now they're lacking confidence already, right? So he will go with Amad, Bruno, Casemiro, and Dogu.
Again, boy?
Well, this is but the point I'm making. The point I'm making is you want to build some confidence within your preferred 11. Because them fellas can't leave this game today feeling confident. Bruno missed a penalty. Of course, you're going to want to make amends for that. Cunha missed 2 sitters. Of course, you're going to make amends for that.
By 3 sitters.
3. And Mbeumo ain't get a shot on target today. Of course, he going to want to score. Ahmad didn't look good. Right? Of course, he wanted to say something. And that's what I think. And I think the only substitution I think might really happen is in the defense, where Euro might get a break, Delit might get a break because it's a Maguire day. It's have Heaven.
Boy, I don't
So
know.
you're not giving Shaw a breaker.
Well, sure, well, whatever. Yeah, Shaw could get a break too.
So tell me something, because right now I a bit deflated by that game today. We go all the way to Grimsby and we draw. And we start off when I'm laughing, right? But
No, Phil, if we go with Cunha and Bumo and Sesko, right? We full strength team and we draw against Grimsby. Fold the
No,
club.
I got with Manchester till next season.
Fold the club.
nah,
Fold the club.
don't send me no stream yard. Like I will watch
No,
you.
I'm telling you, fold it. Watch me. We
Yeah,
got to talk about.
I go watch.
No,
I go be like the people in the thing. I go watch and comment.
I
no,
go
that's what I'm saying. We ain't have no pod because I gotta fold the club. You know.
Yeah,
No, I would like to see some changes. I would like to see Xerxes get a start, whereas he playing the 10 and Sesko play up on top, you know, and whoever. I would like to see that. I'd like to see Meno start. But I just thinking if perhaps, you know, after the Arsenal performance, which was a very good performance, we come and we blow away Fulham today, then the manager might have thinking in his head, well, good. Let me get them fellas a little rest. You work through the week with Burnley in mind. But now them fellas lacking confidence.
And Burnley win.
Burnley win? Burnley win? Who Burnley play?
Burnley.
Sunderland.
Sunderland.
yeah.
Hey.
Yeah.
Well, Burnley got more points. Burnley got more points than we, boy.
Burnley. Let me just check that. Yeah, Burnley beat Sunderland 2-0.
2-0.
Yeah, boy.
So that's how I see it, fellas. Ideally, I would have liked to see, you know, other men get starts because men again minutes, but perhaps he might be a little more open to bringing on Menu, bringing on Xerxes, you know, and but he'll start strong, all right? Simeon saying here the saddest thing I see today was a pity of Garnacho, Rasmus, and Menu after a goal as the future. Davion on the inside, good night, man. Saying Gatti. Men running rings around here right now. Yeah, but you Gatti. It making sense why Luis Enrique from PSG wanted he out. Real making sense now. We caught with that and we had to deal with that. You know? Anyway, fellas, I think we have come to the end of the pod. We was really hoping that we would not be having these, at least not so early now, boy.
Not so early, boy. Oh, God.
Yeah, not so early, but here we are again. It's like we always getting prepared for our next one. Let's strengthen for our next one, the strengthen we back all here. But I really hoping that Amorim, at the end of the day, Amorim come to his senses, he catch some kind of, you know, epiphany and do things a little bit different. Although, I've been honest, my main issue is a little more flexibility in your system. You know, when we need to change it.
On the field.
On the field. I don't have a problem with your three at the back, and I don't have a problem with that. But in the game, if you see certain things need to happen, make the adjustment now, bro. Don't be so.
And I keep saying this since the 10 have done. Dan, keep the same energy you have for all the players, though. The same energy you had with Garnacho, with Anthony, with Rashford. Always have it for the Bruno Fernandes and Dallo and them and these Portuguese shit snakes, though.
Phil called it since last season. He say that Portuguese bias really.
I tell him, man, when Ruben Amorim was appointed, one question I asked: is he going to show bias towards his Portuguese compatriots? That's the main question I asked from the man.
He must wish he could have get Ronaldo back at United right now.
So come on, do what? For Ronaldo to be making the decisions and managing the club?
Exactly. That man now get 15% ownership on the Sargents now.
And then they didn't win nothing up to now, you know. You realize that, right?
Yeah, they win nothing. They were the
Since he go on, they didn't win nothing, you know.
I watch me, they sign one set of players on his request and his demand, I should say.
And them and win nothing, but
Can't win nothing.
I didn't realize that, that they didn't win nothing since he gone there,
And all that money to jump out to keep him, watch him walk away next season. He's stubborn.
So go away.
He might create his own club in Saudi Arabia. Davian saying here we desperate for a proper centre mid right now. Today just expose that even more.
Today? Remember last season, big man? What today what? I ain't like though. If we draw versus Grimsby on Wednesday, don't send me the StreamYard link, boy. Get any comments? I get any comments for Chef. You could do that. You could do that part.
I don't see I working Wednesday.
Yeah, I work at Wednesday. Boss.
We beat up Grimsby. Where's the problem?
Boss asked me to stand back late.
Where's the problem? We beat up Grimsby. Yeah,
Okay.
Right, good.
How much tiers below us Grimsby is all, yeah?
Brother man, I don't have no confidence in Manchester United FC, No.
I feel.
But you see, I don't just want bitter wind or hot dog. Let me just play some good football now, boy.
I think we'll play good football and we can beat them. I think we'll do that.
All right.
Yeah.
These are your Southland built different, yes, sir.
We'll just get these last two comments and let me wrap it, fellas. Kiel, yeah, man. Thanks, man. Have a blessed week as well. We're gonna be here again on Wednesday.
You too, brother.
No, you.
Not we, no. No, we. Me,
we. Nah,
you're no French. You need the closest thing.
Yeah, I waited for me to beat up Grimsby for them to come on the pod smiling ear to ear.
The closest thing to French we have in here is the Bayesian because he in Canada. And here even say B.
Hey, when we put out 7 past Grimsby, I go see you.
That's pretty good football, eh?
Yeah.
And then back it up with beating Burnley.
Yeah, well, that is it, eh? Beating Grimsby and nothing. If we are followed up with a win against Burnley, right?
Yeah, and then follow that up with a win against City.
But I think after the Burnley game is the international break.
Wait, national break is not in 2 weeks' time.
It don't have one more game. I think it have one more game to go again. After the Burnley, I think it's one more. No. Then it's international.
Nah. No. Because remember, I know that because Trinidad playing on the 5th.
Yeah.
That's the Friday.
That is next week Friday. Yeah. So this weekend coming here is the last weekend. So after Burnley is an international break, and then we'll come back again with City and then Chelsea, I think. Javid saying here, watch the game in bit parts, pain, but still hopeful for the season.
Who Trinidad playing?
Curacao.
All right, send me a link for that then.
I could be there. You going, Chef? You could be there?
Nah, I remember that weekend is my barbecue. My barbecue is Friday and Saturday.
What day I meet you? Saturday?
It's Saturday.
Okay. All right, cool. Anyway, so guys, we're wrapping it there. Phil and Chef, guys, thanks for being part of the therapy session this evening. Those in the comments we do always appreciate the involvement as well. Don't forget to like and share. Remember, we want to get more people in on the content. We will allow the Man United fan base to vent a little bit because it's hard to keep that in. You just need to vent.
We turn into AFTVs. All we just do is vent.
But as Javid say, we hopeful that after that Grimsby thrashing, we go turn our corner. So that is what it is. So fellas,
big like the Queen's Park Savannah.
Anyway, fellas,
blessings, everybody.
Have a good night. See you all on Wednesday, man. Blessings.